Hello. Why am I so dark? Why am I so dark? I'm like the spirit of painting past. Wait 1 second. Face cam. There we go. Howdy. Howdy, partners. How you doing? So I don't know if Anne is seeing, but this is the mini. So it's an angel guy. It's an angel guy that has wings made of paper. So that's kind of a weird one to work on, but is the dude. Started working on him a couple of days ago, and here we are. Also, I gotta show you this though. You will like this one. There you go. I think you'll like this dude. Hello, Anik. Hello, Nick. Hello, Joe. Hello, Big Chimp. Hello, Dark. Hello, Archon. Hello, Quindlina. How you guys doing? Yes. This is the dwarf that I had to deal with. Is it a crossover episode? Yes, it's like me and Anne are the Avengers of miniature painting. I'm not painting this guy though. Not this chick either. She don't mean it. Okay. This guy. I'm painting this guy. Okay, there we go. There we go. Little orky boy. Orky dude. All right, so we left off the other day. We were painting the leathers. So let's do those on the jacket. It is a dwarf. It's a dwarf. Everything is a dwarf if you will it enough. Enjoy walking the puppy. Give it a kiss for me, okay? Take care. Give it a big kiss. Hello, Cara. Born Sleepy from Underworld. I am not familiar with it. So how are we guys doing? How are we today? In this fine Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. I don't know the song by its name, but probably I know it, I guess. I'm very terrible with names. I forget stuff. Yeah, we are listening to the highest achievement of humanity, musically speaking. So yeah, just working on the leather, sketching the mid-tone on it. and already starting to texture it in. Leather is actually very easy once you understand how it's made. So you don't have to, especially on small scale, you don't really have to paint the entirety of the texture. You're just gonna build up the colors in a way that looks like the texture. So if I start from the shadow, which is the base coat that we have on this guy, and I just block in the area that I know is gonna be lighter, that would be just a normal good old sketch, right? So then you would work on the blending. In the case of leather, you don't work on the blending, you just continue the same kind of sketch, you continue it in the area around it with little noisy brushstrokes. And as you build up the colors, because of course if you do it with only 2 colors, you're still not showing the shape of things correctly. You need at least a 3rd color. Yeah, this orc has seen lots of places, Kara. I haven't seen Train Spotting. So whenever I think I don't have light, but I also need to create a gradient, I can just noisy it up with little dots and lines. Because that's how leather actually works. Leather has a lot of cuts in itself, especially when it's very used, like these guys. It has cuts in it and textures in it, and what you're suggesting is those textures catching light kinda randomly. So for example, on the bracer here, I can do it again. The top of it will be light, because you know that's where the light is coming from. But here on the side, instead of just blending, I can dot out, make lines, dots. It's important to be random in the way you do it. So instead of blending, I'm just making noise create the blend. So for example, if I zoom in, you see that we have a lot of noise happening here, which doesn't look very good yet. Let me push the brightness. I don't know why. Whenever I go live for Reaper, the brightness of my screen just dies. Hello, Gimli. I will be painting Orca soon, by the way, on this stream. So again, like here on the side of the jacket, I can just gradient it out with noise. Now, it looks simple if you see me do it because I've been doing it for a while, but creating noise is actually really tough because like making your brushstroke random but also look good at the same time is a very tough thing. You gotta practice it, really. It's something that you get with practice, like everything else in this hobby. So yeah, for example, we have the light now hitting our thing, illuminating it, so it will become lighter and also lose saturation because that's what light does. And again, I can build up an area of light, and then that area of light can be gradiented with little dots. So you see that I'm not building a painstaking texture that takes a long time. I am just base coating, and instead of blending like you would normally do it, you just add noise on the separation. Yes, random dots are hard, but You have to channel the monkey in you to do it. Return to monkey. Can I just use a small brush with big... I mean, if you want. Some people use sponges, for example. The thing is, I prefer using a brush rather than any other tool, because the thing with leather is that it doesn't just have dots. Like, if I build a texture only doing this, the texture that I'm building is not actually a leather texture, it's more like a cloth texture. To make it look like leather, you need to have both dots and lines, because you're suggesting different kinds of degradation in the material, basically. Yes, also using an old brush can be good. So again, like, just to show, blocked in the color with like normal good old white brush strokes, because I know this is gonna be light, so there's no point in me in building that area with lines, because I still need to create volume, which is the 3D shape. So my light and shadows and midtones and all of these things, they still have to have consistency between them for me to show the 3D-ness of the object. That's why I am not building up the thing entirely with textures, because it's just a waste of time. If instead I just block in the light, and instead of just blocking it in, I make noise after to break up the shape, I get the best of both worlds. I get the texture, and I also get the cleanliness of a correct volume. And leather can be a very good entry-level texture, because you don't have to be clean in doing it. Textures that are cleaner, like this one, for example, the one on the cowl of the lady. These ones are very painful to paint if you don't have complete control of the brush when you do it, because this texture will bend you over quite a bit. Because if you get a dot wrong, you basically ruin the paint job, and you have to rebase coat it and retry the dot. That's kind of annoying. But to practice and learn how to control the brush in a textured way, leather is absolutely amazing. An orc? Look, it's supposed to be painting dwarves. I mean, am I getting roll casted into the dwarf painter? I'm feeling like I'm getting typecasted into the thing. And like this texture here, you can do it super in depth and get something like this. Like, if you really want a super high quality BBD texture, you can get it to look like this as well. But it's kind of the same mentality. Same thing, just more time. Also, leather is a good introduction to the contrast non-metallic requires. Because leather, like metal, has a very strong final highlight that is much lighter than any other light on it. So you will see that after this light here, when I'm done cleaning it up, I will slap on a very light color, much lighter than the previous one. So like trying to get leather right is a very good opening to getting a lot of things right. And like the more in between colors you have, so the least contrast you add between adding light, the cleaner the leather will be. So you can make a very soft leather or a very rough leather depending on how much contrast you put between the layers. So here I'm going with a very light color, and this will be pretty much the sun reflecting off of the leather, because leather is a satin material. And you will see that if I do this right, hello crown. If I do this right, it's gonna go from looking leathery to being like actual leather. Hello, Asgard. Thank you, Hunt. Or Hunt, depending on what part of the world you are on from. I think in Britain they say Hunt, right? Next week, I think we're going to be doing an Orca. So just pushing this last light. Whenever I feel like there is like an edgy part of the shape that is looking like it's gonna catch a lot of light. So the light on the leather is not yellow. I mean, it can be yellow if the light is very yellow, but sunlight is yellowish, but it's not yellow. It's more like a light yellow. Now, we're not done because I can give you a zoom in. We can clean up this noise because it is very noisy after all. Let me just add a bit more of it on these parts here. Now, on an orc, you could argue that having such a rough looking material is fine. But I do want to clean it up just a little bit. So like, of course, you're not able to blend here, right? In the sense that what you're gonna do, blend every little line you painted with the previous color, you're just gonna go insane. And that's where glazing comes in to make your life a lot easier. So I can go back to my mid-tone color, which was the shield brown, I think, from Reaper, and just whoop, glaze it all over. You don't want your glazes to pool, so you want to place it and then extend it so that you can see the color, but it doesn't have any shape. If your glazing pools, it's gonna create more problems than it fixes. So you want it to be soft. And if it doesn't look good enough, then you can glaze again. It's a lot better to glaze twice than glaze too much. The sound effect is super important. So for example, we can go back to our shadowy color, just, you know, getting a darker, redder color in there, because usually that's how leather will darken itself, if it's orange, at least. So the same way we glazed the lights and everything down, we can simply mix more of a dark color. Always remember to thin your darker glazes more than your lighter ones. Light colors don't have that much coverage usually. Dark colors do, so you want to thin them a bit more. And I can go and push this color in the recesses a little bit more. Again, I want to enhance the volume of things. So the bottom of all of these things are gonna have their own little shadow that I can go and reinforce now. Here light is coming to his right, so this part of the leather will be actually darker because light is not hitting it directly. So if I shade there, I help focus the lighting, because your shadows and your lights are both collaborating in creating direction to the paint job. So it's not just about where you place the light, but it's also how you place the shadow that gives dynamicity to the light. The shadows are more important than the lights, in my opinion. Even though we do look at the light to be informed about the paint job, shadows are the real foundation of the painting. And you see that now. From up close, maybe it still looks a bit rough, but it does have that leathery, boobity-babbity effect, right? And you can work on this for until you die, basically, because you can keep adding informations to the colors and lights and stuff like that. But I think that for now I am good, so I'm just gonna be working on the non-metallic here. Thank you. I don't want to sell you anything, but if you like this leather explanation, my Patreon is basically entirely like that. So you can check that out if you want to get a boost to your learning. Man, I haven't seen that movie in a million years. Beverly Hills Cop. Yes, my pattern is full of leather. Yeah. What a shame, Asgard. Indeed. Non euro, I don't know. But it's not from by Kirill. They made a mistake, probably. I don't know. I do have the book from Arnau. I'm gonna check it later. No dwarf. Can you believe it? Introduction by Kirill Kenner. The Arnau book. That is very weird. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't remember. I think I haven't read the intro. I think I went straight into the book itself. Yeah, just pushing the bottom for more shadows. I'm of course exaggerating the shadows at the moment, but it's a good thing to do when you're doing non-metallic, to exaggerate the colors. Like it's always easier to soften stuff than it is to add contrast on something that is pretty much finished. So book is okay. This model holder moves a little bit too much in my hands for my tastes. Okay. Yeah, he does that. I've also read his book. Like, I think, and I don't mean to offend him in saying this, But I think Kirill is the least artsy artist that we have in mini painting. Like, everything he does is through like simple scientific observation of the thing. There is no because I said so happening in his stuff. Like, it's all super justified. And he uses a lot of references. Okay. No, they're tutorials. Like, he takes you through how he painted a few minis. Well, the thing is, he overwhelms you in theory, and then he shows you some step by step of doing things. What I do find funny though is that even though the book is made for AK, in the picture of the mini you can see Reaper paints in the back. Just mixing some orange here to give some rust to the shield. You know, it's funny because like it's an AK book, but it actually is also a Reaper book, because every recipe that he shares, they give you the Reaper name of the paint, which is the one he actually uses, and then they give you the AK name of the paint, which would match the Reaper paint that he uses. So like, for example, if he's doing the shadow on a skin, it goes blocking in the shadows on the skin using Shield Brown from Reaper, and they give you even the number reference of the color, or AK Bibidi Babidi. It's really funny actually. So like, whether you're using Reaper or AK, the guide works because it gives you both. Although I will say that if you are using AK, to not follow the guide to the letter, because I don't think the colors are matched correctly. The color matching is not correct. Like Shield Brown from Reaper, for example, is a color that is impossible to find in other brands. Okay. I'm gonna give a glaze to the skirt to have it be the same color as the jacket. Because of course I painted the skirt with completely different colors, so I need to get them to match. There we go. What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna go for a BBD babidi in a moment. It's a good book. Hola vida, ¿qué tal?
Yay. Nos ha llegado otra carta de la supuesta anterior inquilina de aquí,
Inclina.
de tráfico. Es una multa.
¿Cómo hacemos? Pero tenemos que
Se puede
darle.
devolver. Luego lo bajo. ¿Qué tal, amor?
Todo bien, está quitando el horquito. Oh, by the way, guys, I haven't shown you this. See the wings? Like,
Está limpiado bien, ¿eh?
see, the paint completely came off, like as if it was, like I was right, the primer was wrong because I didn't have to scrape it. I took it off the bowl, washed it with water, and the paint just came off. So, yeah, the primer was just shit. ¿Te gusta?
Está muy bonita la tela. Digo, me voy enamorada de esta tela.
¿En serio?
Es súper bonito el efecto. Súper bonito.
Vale,
Queda súper místico.
vale, bueno. Me alegro, me alegro, me alegro,
Like.
me alegro. Comparte. Vale. Ok, croquetín. Te dicen hola, ¿eh? No puedes presentarte sin decir hola a los pacas, pero son tus fans, Van a pensar que eres una gilipollas porque no dices hola.
Claro, un poco como un gilipiti.
Sí.
Gilipiti. Una pareja. Hello.
I used to prime the wings. I used a Molotov paint, which usually don't give me any problems. But this time, for some reason, they just didn't work. So I think I'm just gonna go back to my good old Games Workshop Chaos Black, throw a rattle can, and that's it. That color never failed me. I never used Tamiya. I don't know if a matte varnish would be considered a primer, you know? I'm kind of afraid of the paint not sticking to it, so I'm just gonna do it normally, man. Prime it with the rattle can, and then give it an airbrush with a gray, and that's it. Primers are colored matte varnishes. Really? 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 Okay. I believe you, but I'm still gonna use a black primer. It's not like I don't believe you, because I do, but I'm still gonna use a black primer, just to be safe. No, I can do rattle can black and then simply airbrush and wait 5 minutes. No, they're different chemically. Ascan paint is colored varnish. Now you're confusing me. Ah, I love my job, man. Just sliding my wet brush between the legs of an orc. What other job can give you that? Best job ever, man. Hello, Backlog. sculptors can reposition the legs. That's true. Man, now I kind of want an Orker doing a Sharon Stone pose. Can I have a mini of an Orker crossing his legs? Yes, please. Can I have a BDSM Norker? Like, just a Norker tied to a pole and, like, with a ball in its mouth? Can we have that? Reaper, please. We need a BDSM Norker. Please. With another Norker behind it, with a whip. Thank you, Quindley. You're so helpful. Thank you so much. I almost have my basement set up. Can me and my girlfriend come live there? Because I'm pretty sure your basement is bigger than our apartment anyway. Can we come live there? Man, that'd be cool. Living rent-free in a giant American basement with a rich friend that has a freaking Challenger decked out for racing. That's life, dude. Painting puppets all day. I think his apartment could legally be used to play a soccer game inside of it. $35 squared apartment. We can man, your apartment is smaller than ours. 4,800 square feet. Can somebody translate that to meter squared for us Eurotwats? $446 squared. 446. That is, I think 5 times my apartment. Our apartment is 80. Don't make me do math, I beg you. 320 is times 4. Times 5 is 400. Yeah. More than 5 times my apartment. But even better, he has a freaking Challenger. He has a Challenger that is super decked out. I want to go live in the car, not the apartment. Who cleans? That is a good question, actually, because, like, we are dealing with an 80-meter squared apartment, and we can barely keep it, like, sanitary. That is huge, man. You need to hire somebody to clean. I have cleaners. They come. Ah, okay. That is very true, Metal. I would need the toilet to be very close to where I work. Well, at least that I know that my throne lady and my Horus are gonna have a... Fuck. My miniatures are gonna live in a house better than any house I can ever hope to live in. That is kind of sad if you think about it. My throne lady and my Horus will have a house that is way bigger than anything I will ever have. Oh, by the way, the throne lady won an award backlog. I took her to a painting competition and she won bronze in master category. Although they told me it would have been much higher than bronze, but I didn't have her on a plinth, so... Oh yeah, I did a choice on fighting paint as well. No, I cannot afford a bigger house, and even if I could not afford somebody to clean it. I just took all the interior out of the car, and now it only has one seat. Dude, the Challenger is beautiful metal. That's the only reason why you would have it. The Challenger and Challenger, Camaro, and Impala are the only cars that I would trade my Giulietta for. Like, if I could give away my Giulietta to get one of these three, I would. Immediately. Such a nice car, man. Yeah, I wouldn't either, matter. The body mods make... that's too much for me. I don't know what that means. Hello. Yeah, but with a Challenger, you never have to have a long ride. Because, like, chicks will stop you every 5 meters to fall in love with you. Yeah, I mean, that is true. To have one of those cars, you kind of have to liberate a Middle Eastern country from dictatorship every 2 weeks to be able to get the gas to run it, but it's worth it, man. Yeah, thank you, Neuro. I was actually impressed with myself as well. Could you feel me about to spit it and swallowing it back again like a couple of times before finishing the sentence? It's like, it was hard, man. It was really tough. Man, I really need to freaking conquer the US just to make them change from whatever measurements they use to actual real measurements, dude. What the fuck is a gallon and how much is a mile? I have no idea, dude. No, I blame you guys. You fought against the UK to get your independence, but you kept the measurements they had. So now it's your fault. You don't use the pound, so you should have dropped the gallon and all that bush. So, okay. 12 times 1.6, how much is that? How much is 12 times 1.6? It does 19. Wait. Oh my god, I'm just losing myself. Oh my god, I'm having a stroke. Holy shit, just thinking about the math. Oh shit. Okay, so wait. How many kilometers does it do with a liter? That's what I want to know. How many kilometers does it do with 1 liter? Because my car does 20 kilometers with a liter. You are useless, Archon. I already have that in my own head. I want an actual number. I don't care about... I get it, Metal, but like, I don't know what that means. Like, oh my god. I want to know how many kilometers it does with 1 single liter. 5 kilometers? Shit, okay, that's bad, dude. That's actually bad. My car does 20 kilometers with 1 liter. Jesus Christ. You're driving a tank, you're not driving a car. Shit, okay. Yes, Metal. We do it kilometers per liter. Yeah, dude, like, time and math. I don't know if I ever told to the Reaper people my problem with clocks. Do not be confounded with cocks, because I have no problem with those, I love them. But clocks, and by cock I mean rooster, by the way. I love roosters. That's what I meant. But clocks I have a lot of problems. What car gets 20 kilometers per liter? Alfa Romeo Giulietta, which is basically a sports car, in Italy at least. Like on the website, they will tell you it actually does 22 kilometers with a liter, but only if you drive like your grandma. If you drive like a normal person, it's more like 20. Yeah, it's very cheap in the US. You know what isn't cheap in the US? Burgers. Like, most burger menus I got in the US, in Texas, by the way, they costed me more than $20 each. In Europe, with 20 euros, you get 2 menus. So, like, the price in the US is double for a burger. Although, Whataburger, I would pay $40 a menu, dude. That shit is fucking amazing. Whataburger, indeed. The US version is advertised. It depends on the horsepower, I think, Gibson. The one I have is 120 horsepower, and it does 20 with a liter. Also, your US version probably is diesel because you guys don't drive manual. So you probably get the diesel version, which is kind of poop. Let's be honest. No, I was in Texas. I was in Austin, Zach. I can get a good burger from tons of places around here for $12. But you just get the burger or get the menu? I wasn't impressed with it. Really, I got 2 menus when I was there. We went there for lunch. I had it. I had 1 menu. I had 1 menu. I ate it. Had a religious experience. That's the only way I can explain it. It was literally a religious experience. Like, I looked at the cashier, and instead of being a weird guy with 2 front teeth missing, it was literally Jesus. He looked at me, raised his right hand, blessed me, and I was like, okay, Father, I'll get another one. So I walked up to Jesus, which turned back to being a guy without front teeth, and asked him for another. That was my Whataburger experience. Like, freaking... By menu, I mean drink, fries, and burger. Ah, you have a car with gears, Gibson? Because in the US, nobody has manual cars, as far as I have been able to see, unless you race with it or something. Which again, like, if you ever find yourself in Europe, don't say that out loud, because especially in Italy, because people will laugh at you. Yeah, yours is manual, of course. In Italy, if you tell people you drive automatic, they are telling you, like, they're gonna call you in the worst possible ways. You can be called, so don't do that. I'm definitely one of those people who goes out of their way to get mad. Well done, Chimpo. You guys made me proud. If you are in Texas and you can go to Austin, which is kind of weird for an Italian to tell you where to go eat, but trust me on this, I had Texan people with me that confirmed it. The best burger of your life, you can get it from a place called Jew Boy. Jew like the religion. Sounds a bit weird, I guess, but the dude owning the joint is actually a Jew guy. So anyway, it's incredible. Like, dude, it's incredible. The symbol is a guy in a luchador. It's like, I don't even know why, but whatever. It's a luchador. And it's incredible. Incredible. Especially if you like spicy stuff, because it's kind of spicy. But man, it was the greatest culinary experience of my life. I'm like foaming just thinking about it. I wouldn't have the slightest clue how to drive manual. I guess it's tough for somebody that never drove. Wow, Gibson. Man, fucking Mercedes and automatic too, Neuro. You are like the nemesis of every Italian. Like, your existence is an insult to Italy as much as pineapple pizza. You are like an heretic, dude. Giulia. Giulia. It's a different car from Giulietta. There are two different cars. Giulia is the muscle car version, and it's like giant, and it has like 1,000,000 horsepower. It gets to freaking 300 kilometers an hour. That thing can take you to Mars if you want. The one I have is Giulietta, which is a smaller, sportsy version of it, which is Well, not less powerful, because it depends what kind of Giulietta you buy, but the one I have is less powerful. But it's basically the entire engine of my car is based on acceleration. So my car doesn't go that fast. It only gets to like 220 kilometers an hour. But it goes from 0 to 100 in like a split second. You can literally shit your pants in that car if you don't know what you're doing. Because the entire engine was designed specifically for that car to just accelerate, and that thing, you're like on a rocket if you drive it like any old car. That's fine, Quindly. Like I have no qualms with Americans driving auto, because everybody does that. I do have them with Europeans though. Europeans driving auto, like a certain German friend here, they disgust me. No, I'm joking. They don't disgust me. Yeah, in Europe we have like two versions of a car. Like we have we have three versions. We have are you going from A to B? Here's a shitty Fiat car that costs 20 euros and it's never gonna break down. And then you have, are you going from A to B very quickly and wanna look cool with it, but also find the parking? Here's our sportsy version of the cars that we have, which go really fast. Cost a bit more though. And then you're like, are you going from A to B and want to feel like you are in your apartment, mostly because the car costs like an apartment? Then there you go. Here's a fucking sedan that has like 1,000,000 horsepower. Like, I think Alfa Romeo Giulia is like 90,000 euros or some stuff like that. Like, I like it, but I would never be able to buy it. Wait, electric car auto? They don't have a manual? Oh my god. See, now I hate the environment. Fuck it. Let's continue. Let's use coal for our cars. Only 46,000? Really? Okay. Used. Dude, you don't get it. That car is huge and it goes really freaking fast, Archon. The equivalent version from Mercedes would cost a fucking 200,000. That thing is like 280 horsepower. Like, that stuff flies. In fact, the police has it here in Spain. I've seen a couple of police officers with Giulia. Like, that's a car. I do find it weird though, because like, Giulietta, when it was new, Alfa Romeo Giulietta was 26,000. So I would assume that Giulia, which is a lot more powerful, would cost way more than that. Quadrifoglio, yeah. But also the Giulietta Quadrifoglio is like 50,000. That's a rocket, Gary. Whatever that car is, it's a rocket. I'm in line to snag one of the first 200 Integra Type S coming this summer. Not usually adopted on site. I'm not familiar with Integra at all. Like, is it that the name of the brand, or are they from? At Giulietta Quadrifoglio, he was dumb and the car ended on its roof after a painful slide on dozens of meters. He had nothing in the crash, but now he has a regular Giulietta. Acura, okay. I don't know Acura either. No, Giulietta Quadrifoglio gets to like 300 kilometers an hour. That thing is a beast. Fancy Honda, okay. Okay. I don't know, maybe it's my heritage speaking, but like if I'm buying a car, I'm buying it Italian. It's definitely my genes speaking. I don't know. If I had unlimited money, then probably Aston Martin, dude. Those cars are so beautiful. Like Aston Martin, they're so expensive. Unlimited money means you can afford the least Are they not reliable, Aston Martin, really? Kind of weird, no? For such an expensive car to not be reliable. You would expect it to be the top of the top. I'm sorry, Gibson. Yeah, I guess you make sense, Metal. Thank you. That is a bit of a weird card. You're not wrong. My father also loves Jeeps and stuff like that. Ah, on the Jazz. Yeah. Pizza or Fiat? I don't know what Fit is. What kind of car it is. I knew a guy back when I was 17. He had a Fiat Panda from 94 or some stuff like that. And he freaking put nitro on it. Not even joking. Like the one you see in video games. Like that thing was so decked out. Yeah, for me that was the first and last time I saw a car that actually had the need. I don't even know how it works, by the way, the nitro. Like, how can it make your car go faster if you use it? And why don't they make fuel that is nitro if it does make your car go faster? I don't get it. Ah. Hola, amore. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué haces? ¿Levarme a mí? Ah. ¿Estás limpiando? ¿Por qué no me la dejaste poner a mí?
¿Por qué?
Porque es mi responsabilidad. Da igual, es mi responsabilidad. Puedes darme un besito.
¿Sentiste?
And how does it work to make your car go faster if it just replaces the oxygen? I don't understand. Ah. And does it not destroy your engine though? Okay, Gibson. What do you mean forged? How many levels in blacksmith do I need to craft it? Wow. That's cool. There is stronger materials and less likely to blow. My engine can handle 2,000, Jesus. Wow. How many miles an hour can your car do, man? Dear Lord, indeed. 355. Jesus Christ. To be fair, it gets dangerous after 50 kilometers an hour. Alright, my friends. We're done for today. Time is over. We're gonna be finishing this guy next week and start our Norker. What do you think? Shit. So yeah, if you want to, you can join me on my own stream as I work on my commissions and my giveaway minis. Or you can join me on Patreon, where I teach painting at a very high level, I would say. This month, in the next couple of days, I will be uploading a guide on how to do a simple tabletop OSL. Simple tabletop OSL. And another guide on a more convoluted painting, which will be this dude. So non-metallic metals, textures, changes in lighting, all of this cool stuff. So you can join me on Patreon if you would like, or on my own stream, or we will see each other here next week. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for the chat. I loved chatting with you people, and I'll be seeing you later. Wrong screen. Let me do it again.